And we're off. And everybody knows that first chest, it was 100 rupees. And I think chat's already wanting to know, for the hundreds and thousands of Randomizer fans, are you ready? Are you ready? Well, let's get ready to rando! And of course, the very first item from Uncle was the fighter sword. And I'm pretty sure both are happy to get that bomb, because we always want a bomb for escape, as usual. And yes, please do tell us what we got on the map so our tracker knows exactly what we saw. As both runners are heading through escape at the time.
Oh, I just realized I muted myself and didn't unmute. Alright.
Welcome back, Takeover.
Yeah, there was the... I said other things that I think have been covered by now, so... Yeah, just about the bombs. You know, you'll still see them kill a few guys, I think, to maybe try to get a few more bombs to go along with that one bomb, just so that they'll have some in preparation for the next parts of their journey. But they don't have to farm bombs like they kind of do if they just need the one for escape. And that money is not insignificant either, because that'll allow them to either make a bottle purchase or buy some bombs once they get to Kakariko.
Yeah, that's always a good play. If they don't have enough bombs, they can spend the money instead, hoping they find more rupees in the Blind Hut or the other well location, so they can buy, still buy from the bottle vendor as well. So I'd like to see their strategy here on the chain guard. Most people like to grab one pot and then slash, or the other person would just go straight forward and do all the 6 slashes required, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know what the time difference is between the strats. It doesn't seem to be huge, and it really depends on execution, but man, that's some sync right there right now.
Yeah, so as you noticed, it's pretty synced, so it was not super significant. New Light points out Eunos has a 1 rupee lead.
But Chris has a... Oh, wait. Eunos did get that extra bomb.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that Chris had that bomb sitting on the floor before. I didn't notice that Eunos also picked up a bomb somewhere.
They're still very synced up, though, so this is kind of nice to see. Alright, what do you think the first progression item we're gonna get today?
Man, I'm not a big fan of those wild guesses. So I just play the odds and say like a strength upgrade. Like mitts or something. Uh-oh. Now Chris takes a 1 bomb lead.
Oh, Eunos is probably gonna pick up that bomb too, so we're tied up again.
Chris has pulled away a little bit as far as the actual walking through the sewers goes, but you know, that's probably not enough to make a difference in the race right now. I expect some huge route divergences once they get out of the sewers.
Ooh,
And they both get full
up.
magic, too.
Yeah, they're definitely tied up in everything in terms of item package. Eunos gets the 5-arrow lead. Yeah, red mail, really nice to have in the beginning.
Yeah.
Tank a little bit more now.
It's probably got to benefit Eunos a little more than Chris. I think Eunos is, for the most part, perfectly capable of playing without the red mail, but, you know, Chris is obviously much more experienced at the game, so...
Yeah, we're heading to the tear chest now. I wonder what we'll get today.
We got a sub-6 escape for Chris, and Eunos just a tad over. So, no save and quit to the South Shore for either of them. I wouldn't expect Chris to do that, but Eunos might sometimes. Let's see if Eunos does anything interesting here. Chris is heading up towards the Lumberjack Cave. Kind of standard route.
Bombs right
bombs.
There. Wow.
My goodness. Alright, he's set for a while.
And look at that! More bombs.
More bombs. Yep. Alright.
Nothing left but an arrow upgrade lead here for... And it's a shovel!
Oh, the shovel. Probably required. We'll see what
possibly.
happens.
So it looks like Terra's chest got placed into the Lumberjack Cave instead.
You know, sometimes sometimes what do you call those things? You know, a fetch quest item is in the A&M's cave, and it turns out to be nothing. But usually when you see something there, you get awfully suspicious.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'd bank on it digging up something like the Moon Pearl.
Oh, yeah. I would probably go for it. But it depends on how the seed plays. And the only way they can get to it at the moment is finding a way to get to Aghanim, though. But currently, they have no option at this point.
Right. Usually, an option avails itself sooner than later, though. Either they'll get the cape or sword upgrade.
Yeah. We shall see, though. Ooh, heading to Blind's house. They're kind of synced up again, aren't they?
They're pretty darn close. Chris has the lead of a couple steps.
Oh, then there's that item that you can progress into Aghanim.
And
Master
now
Sword.
they're synced up. Yes.
So we have the Cane of Birna and the Master Sword found.
So now there's the waiting / guessing game of, you know, when do they go to A&M, and you know, there's not entirely a good argument for going to A&M until you at least have the boots, so that you can get that tree item. But of course, the boots could be on the pyramid.
Ooh, and Bombos and Blue Bloomerang. So Bloomerang fans are here. You get your item here. And a bottle with a bee. Hey, B-Torp. I hope you're taking a look at this. And what does that bottle signify for us, Jay Coker?
Of course, they'll be able to talk to the sick kid here and get his item. Always nice when you can do that on your first trip through Kakariko. You don't have to come back to talk to him later. If you don't have a bottle and you try to talk to him, he will just stay asleep. He might actually say something like, come back when you have a bottle. That's been added by the randomizer creators.
Looks like the bottle vendor has swindled both people again here. But I mean, nothing good at the chicken house today.
At least he's pretty consistent in giving you garbage.
Synced up here with the sick boy. He returns the favor with 50 rupees, though.
That's a bit surprising. Kid is usually someone you can expect something decent from. I'd say more than half the time. Eunos not checking the bottom area.
Wow. Save and quit already.
Yeah.
Now here's a little bit of route diversion.
So it looks like he's going to go immediately to the south shore, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that would be a good play. There's a lot more chests over there he can open.
So Chris is checking the library, just a heart. And let's see what's at the race game.
All right.
Nothing. So Eunos missed out on nothing. Of course, he'll always have that, like, in the back of his mind. I might have to go back there sometime. But as far as things go now, he's just got a little bit of a lead on exploration.
Yeah. Now let's see what we get from the dam today. Ooh.
300 rupees. I'm sure he'll pick that up after he gets
yeah.
his chest here. That'll
Makes
give him all the
sense.
money he needs to go to Zora if he wants. Ooh, blue mail.
I guess if we had progressive mails, it wouldn't have mattered then.
Hey, well, I've always said this should be purple mail now. You've got red plus blue.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
true.
You can wear more than one shirt in real life, right? Come on.
Yeah. All right, mini Moldorn cave time. So this is kind of like the Light World hype cave in most cases.
I would expect Eunos here to maybe do this cave and then fake flipper to the hobo, perhaps. Although fake flippering straight to Zora would be tempting for me.
Oh, look at that. They have the book now. Literacy.
Yeah. Huh. Wonder if that's going to prompt either of them to go to desert pretty soon here.
And our chat already knows what does that mean for us. When you have the book, it loves that pedestal hype, huh?
Eunos doing the swordless fake flippers. I don't think I've seen anyone use that technique before.
Oh my goodness!
Fire Rod on the island.
Chris Rage Rod Island.
He's going straight to Zora.
And it's a true Chris Rage Rod Island indeed. I'm pretty sure Christos will get a laugh out of this one today.
Yeah. Math Girl pointing out that you could fake flipper to the hobo and then fake flipper from there to Zora. Oh, mirror shield on the ledge in Zora's domain. Eunos is not going to be picking that up, unfortunately, since he doesn't have the flippers, and I don't think he'll be coming back later. But Chris going straight to the hobo. We'll see how this route divergence works out for both of them.
Very true. Ah!
Chris gets 20 rupees for his trouble. Eunos gets...
Let's see what Zora gets today.
20
oh my
rupees.
God! Same sequence.
That is pretty quality right there.
Life lessons indeed, right?
Desert, and Eunos will be right behind him. Oh, nope. Eunos is just going to go straight to Aganim.
Wow.
I'm not sure that I blame him.
I don't blame him either, because that shovel is weighing in the mind also.
Right.
Yeah, you don't know what that shovel's going to entail.
Yeah, I think this is a slight risk by Eunos, but it's really not too much of one. Based on the way that this algorithm places items, it's nearly 50-50, I think.
Alright.
So, man, that is a surprising thing to see there. Just a small piece of heart on the ledge. Let's see if there is actually anything available in desert right now. If not, this is a big win for Eunos. Oh, and Eunos making good use of that bombos right away. That's satisfying.
Yes, it does take out those chain guards.
Good thing he got that that full magic drop in escape.
Oh yeah, it's always nice to get a bunch of magic. That's why usually when you get that chest, the second chest in Escape after the uncle, you would want to pick up some magic drops in case you do get a magic item. You can kind of use it right away.
So we've confirmed now that the boots are required to complete, well, to fully complete Desert, I should say.
Yeah.
Oh, but Chris does get the big key, so we'll see if the big key leads to anything right here.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what this big key entails. The moment of truth. Fetch quest item!
That's very interesting. Eunos, meanwhile, doing the boring part of the game where everything's always the same. Oh, come on, use that bombos. There you go, buddy. No one wants to deal with these guys.
And I think Christos is going to go to Agina's cave because he's already here. This is kind of the shorter path to get there now.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus, you can save and quit straight from the chest. It's a pain to walk out of that cave.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's throw that bomb, but he has plenty of bombs still.
Now, I cannot be one to say I've never done that, so...
And he gets bombs again for his efforts.
The game says, hey, I see you can use more bombs to throw since you have a little trouble with your accuracy. Here you go.
Alright, I think Christos is routing towards his way to Sahasrala's hut now.
Yeah.
Or maybe turning the mushroom. You don't know.
Well, I would expect if he was going to turn the mushroom, he'd do it from Sanctuary. I thought that was faster, but apparently not. I kind of trust Chris, so...
Yeah. Looks like mushroom turn in.
Might be faster if you don't have flippers or hookshot to go this way, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
It's probably very close.
Meanwhile, Eunos is making good use of the RNG here in Aghanim. No blue balls.
The trick to the Aghanim fight is not falling asleep.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, that is kind of huge because in a lot of ways you don't want to head to the desert without those boots so that you can know that you're going to be able to clear the items out of that front part. But obviously you're not getting the boots without going to the desert, so that's quite interesting.
And what are those indeed, chat?
Man, that's a bit of a leg up for Chris.
Oh!
And it leads right to the mitts. Wow.
Oh my god.
Eunos has to hope for something right here. It's the mirror.
That does make it so that it's actually good. I think that's a good item to get as well. I'd say that was worth it.
Yeah. Well,
you gotta stand out of a certain spot so he can then save and quit. There you go.
That was an interesting spot to land and save and quit from, but whatever. I guess it worked. I'm a little curious what Eunos is going to do now. I guess he's going to head straight to desert behind Chris.
Oh, that works out then. That'll work out for him.
Yeah, the biggest disadvantage he has at this point is that he didn't have boots for Aghanim's section, which is pretty nice to have. So.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Chris has opted to check out Death Mountain, taking Old Man Love with him.
Yeah, I would certainly bet on the shovel having the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, that will be a thing. But you do need those boots to check out what that is, though. So he's halfway there now.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to see spin speed activated by Chris here.
I don't think it'll be too long before we see Chris head to Aghanim as well.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because he's gonna have to. Maybe he needs that mirror to get up on Death Mountain to Hera as well.
There's powder on the
Ooh.
mountain.
Another fetch quest item. And the flippers are inside Spectacle Rock.
Flippers, as we know, don't lead to anything of progression item significance at either Hobo or Zora, but they do lead to the Fire Rod on the island, and they could also be required for Swamp and technically for Ice, but not really.
Yeah.
We don't know if Swamp is a pendant yet. I don't think Eunos checked his map there.
Nope.
He's not the kind to check his map immediately like Chris did. So now Chris is going to head to Zora. This is another little advantage that Chris has, because when Eunos did Zora, he did not have those boots, so he had to walk quite a ways up there.
Oh, yeah. And I think Eunos is going to check... I don't know if he's going to turn the Mushroom or Sahashi. Oh, Mushroom as well, see?
Yeah, he's definitely going to Mushroom.
Alright,
sure.
Mushroom.
Eunos will follow the breadcrumbs, as they say. Just to go
with the
through chain
flippers.
of progression items.
It was easier for Christos to reach Zora. Yeah.
Don't expect Chris to pick up that mirror shield either.
Nah, I don't think so.
I personally love having it, especially if you gotta get items out of Turtle Rock or anything like that, but you know,
Yep.
guys think they're too good for it, so.
I have a feeling Eunos is going to head straight to the Lumberjack Cave area after he gets this boots.
Right. He'll go to the Sanctuary, and then he'll do the Bonk Rocks, he'll get the mitts. He might go back for the Cape Chest, I'm not sure. But he might just go straight up to the Lumberjack and then go to that mountain and put off the King's Tomb for later.
I think Christos is going to try to finish up Desert Palace.
Well, he doesn't have a fire source yet.
Yeah, but I think he's going to finish searching, getting the key to search the rest of it.
That's an interesting decision.
And Eunos picks up his Titan's Bit now, and obviously I think he's going to make his way to Death Mountain very soon. Or it's actually he is.
To me, this is the attitude of putting off Aghanim as long as you can, and it's a big. Well, we're going to find out whether this is the right decision or not, just based on what this shovel digs up. Because if the shovel digs up something important, then Chris might be making a mistake by heading here right now.
Yeah, if it's the Moon Pearl, yeah, it was definitely something that you definitely had to then do, Aghanim. We shall see, though.
Oh, so Eunos did not go up the mountain right away. Oh, hookshot in desert, though.
Wow! Now that might be interesting.
The desert basically had the boots and the hookshot. That's kind of absurd.
It is absurd, absolutely. Hookshot being in Desert Palace. Now, what does that entail for...
Oh, no! That's a crushing blow for Eunos right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, with the Titan's Mitt and Hookshot, what does that offer for us?
All of the eastern Death Mountain, except for... Well, I want to say they don't have the Moon Pearl, so not all of the eastern Death Mountain, but they can check all of the Light World eastern Death Mountain, plus the two, what we call, Super Bunny chests.
That's right. That Super Bunny chest is definitely available now, but let's see. Oh, there was that Moon Pearl.
And with the Moon Pearl, all of Eastern Death Mountain is available to them, except for the spot that they have to mirror to.
Yeah, he still doesn't have that mirror because... Oh, there's the Ice Rod, though. And the hammer!
Where was that mirror again?
The mirror was at the pyramid.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Huh. So that's a little bit of an advantage, but it's not enough of one to make doing Aghanim worthwhile.
Yeah,
because you can always.
Especially he has the hammer now. He has a way to get there as well.
Right.
Aghanim technically wasn't required in this case.
Yeah, Chris has full Dark World access besides, the Mire area right now.
Yeah.
Chris checking the item up there, so Mirror is not required to finish that area.
And he has the book, so I think he might check out Ether Tablet before heading into Hera.
Right, exactly. And then I'd expect him to come back and check the Spiral Cave on the way down, and then do the Dark World chest on the way back up.
Yeah, that makes the choice here.
Now Eunos heading up Death Mountain.
And he'll obtain his flippers, I believe.
Right. And, man, he's really got to head straight to Desert as soon as he can to...
Yeah, there's no other way to get around then, because we know the hammer was also on the east side of Death Mountain.
Huh. So Eunos, or Chris checked the back chest before checking the basement. I don't think I've seen anyone do that before. I usually do check the back chest immediately before going upstairs, so I know when I no longer have items without going into the basement. Yeah. Well, notably here, Eunos does have the mirror, so he is able to get into Hera.
Yeah, this way. He can get into Hera this way. And he can check the tablet as well.
Right.
Got the powder now, though, on his side.
So we know that Eunos isn't going to be able to get to the eastern part of Death Mountain.
Yeah.
But Chris isn't going to be able to get that powder there. So if that powder leads to something significant...
silver arrows in the big chest.
I think that powder is Eunos' #1 advantage right now.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But he'll probably come out and grab those flippers on his way out, though. Yeah, I think that might be a right play at this point, because you kind of know if you don't have any more progression items, then you're just going to go pick up what that item is on your way out.
Right, for sure. It's the way to go. It would just be slower to go down to get it and then come back up, so.
And looks like Chris picks up the first crystal. But wouldn't take too long for Eunos to get that one, because he's on his way also to finish up Hera.
Yeah. Eunos notably does not have the hookshot here, so I'll expect him to do a bomb jump.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's nice he has boots, because then he can easily bonk his way back.
Yeah, I don't think he's... I think he's trained himself to always do the bonkless.
That works too. Yeah, that was very nice of an execution. He too has silver arrows, so very nice. And what's Spiral Cave hold today? Oh,
just a 5-arrow upgrade. Anyone who watched the last race between these two guys know that played a huge role in the last race. So,
well, it's really nice to have all the silver arrows now, though. You just have to get a bow, though, to use it with. But nice Moldorn fight by Eunos on his end, though.
After the initial clink back up onto the top area, I don't think there's much you can do about that, but...
Nope, not much. And this, is just money and a piece of heart.
Man.
Oh, now we get to take a look at what Turtle Rock is required, or not. Oh, it's Bombos. He has it. And here we go. Quick look. 5 and 6 are Swamp and Ice.
So
Ice Palace.
the Dark World pendant dungeons are Darkness and Thieves, which are pretty significant because those are usually very item-rich dungeons.
Most definitely.
And there will almost certainly be some point in this race where they'll have to choose to potentially make a play into one of those pendant dungeons.
And it's interesting to see that Swamp and Ice Palace were the 5 and 6 too.
Yeah.
I think they have enough items now to complete those. At least Christos does, I think.
Yeah. Right, he does.
Yep.
To me, that says that it's unlikely that the Fat Fairy is going to have anything. Yeah, she could have the red cane though, potentially, or
Yeah.
a medallion or flute.
That's true. And we already know where Fire Rod is because we saw it on Raid Rod Island over there.
Right.
Oh, nothing special in Spike Cave today.
Where is Eunos off to?
Oh, look. I think he's going to do Sahasrah's hut.
Man, I hope he goes back to Desert before he heads into Eastern.
Alright. And I think Christos is going to head over to Hype Cave because he's pretty much right there right now.
Right. It'll
We're
be
going to get
interesting
some
to
hype
see.
for Hype Cave.
It'll be interesting to see if Chris goes immediately to. Oh my goodness. If he goes immediately to the pyramid, or if he heads west or south. He could. He has everything he needs for Swamp, doesn't he? Yeah, that's very interesting. Swamp has a lot of requirements that gate it. So, wow. Yeah, this is gonna hurt Eunos a lot unless the bow is in here.
Yeah, this might be something that he needs. Alright, Christos, however, needs to head up to that pyramid to get that mirror, but he's routing his way to the village of Outcast's bottom side here. Alright.
Which is unfortunate because the mirror and I guess the powder are the only things preventing him from full clearing this entire area. So he might have to make a sweep back through a second time if the mirror is required to get something in this area.
Yep. He might do the pathway where you circle around the north end of Dark World, and then you after you do the catfish, you head to the pyramid. I don't know if that's what he's thinking in his mind right now.
I'm not sure. It could be a while before that plays out, so...
Yeah, I think he's going to do a whole bunch of things on this side before he does anything there. But he knows, oh, the lamp.
Yep. Now we have a fire source.
And I think that means we already know where both the fire sources are now.
Right. And Eunos has that access. Well, Eunos is missing the Moon Pearl, and Chris is missing the
mirror.
Yeah, the mirror. So we both know where all the ingredients to reach the fire sources are.
Yep.
What's interesting? Oh, since Chris doesn't have the mirror, he's heading in here without the smithy.
Yeah, can't do that without that. That means no purple chest as well, because the purple chest is triggered by the smithy.
Right. Plus, you can't really deliver it without the mirror.
Yeah.
So, nothing in the Peg's Cave.
Alright. Let's see if this trip in Eastern Palace holds through for Eunos, though. Oh, the bow was actually in the doorless hut.
Oh my goodness, that's a bad sign for Eunos right there.
And the bug net has been found in C-Shape House today.
That's an item I don't expect to see either of these guys use. They've already got the red mail, so I mean, Chris would never use it, and Eunos isn't the type for safeties.
Well, there's definitely the flute is definitely required this time to finish. So you definitely have to have the flute, and you definitely have to have the red cane.
Right, and we might need a medallion.
Yeah, that's the last thing we don't know is what medallion do we require here to get into Mire. That's because we know Bombos is the one needed for Turtle Rock at this moment. That's it. So we still have 3 items that... Oh, there's that red cane, but he doesn't have the cape yet.
He doesn't. So the cape has joined the field of required items now.
Yeah.
Replacing the cane as something we don't know the location of. So now Eunos heads to desert. Going to Egina first.
Oh, catfish, here we go. That's what I was thinking. He might do the wraparound path to the pyramid after catfish. Oh no, he's going straight to the pyramid, skipping catfish.
It's an interesting path. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to the catfish after he gets this item off the pyramid.
Yeah, he's got to pick up his mirror now. And this is good. This is good that Eunos came here, because he will get his hookshot now.
Oh, that's right. Chris couldn't have done the swamp yet because he didn't have the mirror.
Yeah.
So there was no possibility to do like 5 and 6 and then go to the pyramid with the bomb to check the pyramid item at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And this is a good sign for Eunos, because he definitely had to go here. He has to get that hook shot, because he has no way to pretty much do Dark World without getting that Moon Pearl, which we all know is on the east side of Death Mountain.
Right, and the hammer's also on the east side.
Yeah,
so.
There's nothing he can do except do this. Pretty much, that was his only option left then. And what does the Quakefish have for us today?
$5.
Here it is. He's gonna be like, oh my god. Hook shot for Eunos.
I don't know why he's waiting. There you go.
Yeah.
Now, you got both items out here. You don't have fire. Even if you wanted to get that green pendant right now, you can't. So.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if Christos is gonna go pick up that fire rod right away, or he's gonna clear out Swamp House.
Looks to me like he's heading towards the fire rod. Not sure where he's gonna head from there.
That's a good question.
Eunos' path is fairly obvious right here. He's getting into the Dark World first so that he can come up here and mirror to check everything out at once. Why are you doing this cave first, Eunos? That does not make much sense.
Well, he's gonna use the Super Bunny strats here.
Yeah, but if he had done the other cave first, he'd already have the Moon Pearl to do this, and he'd be able to dash through everything, so...
And that's true. That is definitely true.
And you gotta have a lot of reason to suspect that the...
Well, he could dash with the bunny right here if he chose to.
Yeah, but I don't think you can once you go up those stairs, though, right?
Oh, yeah, he actually can.
I wonder if he...
Well, it's okay. He can mirror up here and he can still find his way to that pearl. He just...
Yeah.
He's probably do Spiral Cave first.
Yeah, I'm just not sure that this path was the fastest, but... It'll work out, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
He'll take this on the way down, and then he'll go back up through the other cave and do the bomb jump to go up to the top, and then get back in his portal and check out Hookshot Cave. So...
I think because he wanted to do that, so he had a portal way to the top, Dark World, but he didn't know he was going to get the hammer here, That's kind of what I was thinking why he did that. If he had known he was going to get the hammer, he could have done something earlier, but oh well. It's an interesting routing for sure. And there's that moon pearl. And this is where Eunos would also collect his hammer. And I think the ice rod as well, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, there's the ice rod and there's the hammer. Okay, that's right. And Christos just realized he doesn't have the big key, so vanilla big key location for Eastern Palace.
Yeah, so at least Eunos had, didn't waste time by getting all the items in Eastern when it wasn't required, when it pretty much was.
Yeah,
but
you had to do it anyways, yeah.
He still is going to have to re-enter there and walk back through.
Yeah.
Is he going to go to Spike Cave?
I think he is. If he's going to head out this way, he might, but we'll know. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah.
Those Lionos are a pain in the butt when you've only got Master Sword.
Yeah, can't dash through them. Yeah, this looks like the Spike Cave route. Just going to try to get some heart or a fairy there. There you go. And we're already hearing from chat discussion that the best chance is that powder playing a role now.
Right. Yeah, that is Eunos' best chance. Oh, Eunos is also going to be a little crippled by not being able to save and quit to the light world locations without having to mirror first. Because those are generally much more useful than save and quit to the pyramid.
That is very true. I think Eunos will check Hype Cave right now, I think. Yeah, makes the right play here, going down here.
Yeah, I don't expect him to put off getting that fire rod for too long.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Because right now, as he knows it, that's the only light source he's aware of at this moment.
Right. It's interesting to call it a light source. I usually say fire source, but the Vombo certainly makes some fire in a way, too.
That's true.
Now Chris is he going to? He's going to go check the Bombo's tablet first.
Yeah, and this seed, Kate does play a play because we know where the Cane of Samaria is, so I think they're gonna... obviously, Christos knows that because he has the intel on that.
Right.
And we still don't know if another medallion is required for Misery Mire as well, so that still might be playing into the cards as well.
Yeah, we've got a number of things here yet before we're on the way to go mode, so... Are we going to see them both in the same dungeon? No, it looks like Chris is heading elsewhere.
Oh, he has a mirror now, so he wants to check that location.
Yeah.
Alright.
Unfortunately, it'd be nice to do this all while having the purple chest if you were going to deliver the purple chest. Unless the food is along
there's
one of these spots.
Ether and swamp.
Yeah, Eunos has not seen the King of Samaria yet. Eunos has a color filter on his game. Doesn't affect the game at all. Just a fun thing for his stream. You can catch a little glimpse of the wingfish on the right screen.
Alright, now we get to see what this Frogsmith holds for us today.
$300.
Yeah. Just a big bunch of pocket change there.
I mean, if it were real life, I'd be okay with that. Ooh, tempered for Eunos. Nice. That'll speed up the Argus fight for sure.
And look what Christos does with the strat. Without a flute, he saves and quits and takes the pearl chest with him.
Why is Eunos not doing the rando route here if he's gonna do all of swamp right away? I really like that route where you use the other key to open the door right away. At least doing a little shortcut there with the hook shot.
Oh, this is pretty nice of him.
Oh, Eunos forgot to hit the switch. Oh, okay, and he goes back. Oh my goodness.
Okay, he was about to. Yeah, he didn't drown the key, by the way. He didn't pick up the key on the right side first. He did the left side key, like the traditional energy way.
Yeah. Where is Chris off to? Is he always going to get that powder right away? That has to be it, I guess.
Yeah, I think Chris was thinking, I saw that powder. I'm going to go up here and pick it up.
Alright, well that kind of eliminates that advantage that Eunos had.
Yeah. Let's see what he does with the powder. Oh, there's that big key.
Big key on the left side is the #1 way that doing the standard route through swamp is justified, really.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty surprising at this point, I think, if swamp didn't have a progression item, but it's, I mean, we're halfway through essentially, so we'll see if there's anything in the basement.
Yeah, we don't know if that ether was going to end up being anything because we still don't know what Meyer requires to open it. And there you go, he gets the key that he requires to get up the north part of the dungeon.
Yep. Chris is going straight into Thieves, notably a pendant dungeon, and not the green pendant. But we'll see if he's going to check all the chests or just the front 4.
Yeah, interesting to see. He does have all the resources to finish Skull Woods. And that is a crystal, so...
That does make this a slightly curious decision, but, you know, this is a good place to get some items, so you can't entirely blame him.
And he does have the hammer, so he can actually definitely full clear and check everything if he wanted to.
So, it's come down to, as far as Swamp having something useful, is Argus going to have something or not? Well, but not entirely useful, because the Tempered Sword is useful and Ether might be required, but those aren't big items.
Yeah. Now, the only thing that I can think of is either it becomes the cape or the flute at this time, because we know where all the other important items are now. Or if Quake. We don't know if Quake is the medallion required either.
The magic bat having something would be interesting, but he's got 5 rupees. So now it's actually good for Eunos that Chris went and picked that up, since they're both going to waste their time doing that, most likely.
Most likely, for sure.
Chris must have just done the first 4 and then warped out, didn't he? Yeah, he had to have. And now he's going to head up towards...
He might do the graveyard cave?
Yeah, and then maybe Skullwoods from there.
Yeah, I would think that would be it, because yeah, you have everything you need to finish it, why not? And it's a required dungeon.
Yeah.
And that might be the time you want to check the pedestal as well after you finish Skullwoods.
The biggest reason not to check it is probably because, you know, Skullwoods is fast.
Oh,
yeah, there's a flute. That's a big one. But it doesn't take that long to check the items in Skullwoods, even if you're not able to do it in Go mode.
I'm curious, can the cape actually be in the pedestal? That would be an option, right?
Where is Eunos going?
Oh, Ice Palace.
Yeah, the cape could be in the pedestal for sure.
Wow.
I don't blame him for taking a chance and doing it. I think he's checking the numbers there, seeing if this is the if this is 5 or 6.
Yeah,
I think that is playing into his decision to do this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now having the flute, Christos probably gonna check. Alright, this side, of course, and then he might flute to the other direction to 6 to do Misery Mire.
I don't understand when people will head straight to the Ice Rod Cave when they get the flute. Like, why would you go to the area a low percentage play first? Why not go over to Mire and find where there's sure to be an item? That's hilarious.
The power glove, it's so bad. Absolutely, Cat. It is so bad.
I hate Ice Rod Cave in version 18 logic.
Oh, it was Ether, so Swamp Palace Ether was what you needed, so Christos is definitely going to have to be looking around in Swamp.
Yeah. It's very possible by the time Eunos gets there that he's already going to have the Ether that he needs. And, is he going to have the cane, or is he going to have knowledge of where the cane is? We'll see about that part, but...
So it looks like we know the last thing is really needed is now it's pretty much Cape, because Cape leads you to the Red Cane.
So those pedestal fans, that's what they've got to be cheering for.
It has to be Cape. That's the only item that can trump is where's that Cape now.
That room with those jellyfish can get a bit annoying when they just stick in the way.
Yeah.
Chris going to clear out Skullwoods now.
definitely an interesting place to route when you have to do all of Ice Palace.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can go through here. A lot of little bomb jumps and things you can use. So far, nothing of interest. I don't know if that was the first item. I'm guessing it was. The 20 rupees right there. So there's a total of 3 possible non-dungeon items in Ice. Why aren't you taking out your hookshot, Eunos? Like, you don't have to run across those spikes. Plus, you can use the hookshot over here when you open the big chest. Well, he's got to burn these guys anyway, so he'd have to switch items.
Yeah. Oh, gotta watch out there.
That was a lot of magic wasted there. Thankfully, he's got Bombos to help him, so he doesn't necessarily have to have a full magic bar when he gets to Cold Stare.
Yeah.
Small key. He's kind of got to go back upstairs and check that last chest at this point.
Yeah, which I think he is. Looks like he's going straight up.
Yep.
Oh, Christos definitely opted to grab that magic refill. And now that pesky cape. I'm thinking right after this, Cat's thinking pedestal, pedestal, pedestal.
I haven't noticed how many items Chris has gotten out of Skullwoods.
I saw definitely one.
Okay. So I would expect him to come back in and check that last chest and this section, and then maybe give the pedestal a check.
That was a pretty good Mothio fight with Master Sword and Fire Rod.
As far as Chris knows, Ether could be at the pedestal too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because he doesn't know enough yet about that. But he's gonna opt to check the pedestal first. Couch cash, everybody. No pedestal today. Well, that leads to 2 other potential places if it's not a dungeon item. You still have Double Chest Fairy or the Green Pendant, right?
Right.
Yeah, but let's see if this chest ends up becoming anything. Oh, the big key, which still could hold the item in the big chest. And let's see what Eunos gets after being Cold Stare.
Just the compass. I didn't see the 3rd item in there, but I don't think it was really consequential.
Nope. Oh, Christos never opted to finish this part.
I can understand that. I kind of would do the same thing. Yeah, especially if you have 1 item in the first half, there's a pretty strong chance of Mothio having the second, and this takes a little bit of time to do this, so...
And he knows he couldn't have done that the fast way because he didn't have the red cane.
Right.
Oh, there's the cape!
Last required item. So Chris isn't in go mode yet because he doesn't know where Ether is, but once he gets to Swamp, he'll find Ether right away, and that'll be it. So there will be an interesting question once Chris gets to Swamp and he finds Ether. Is he going to continue to open any chests and get the Tempered Sword that Eunos has?
I really doubt it.
Yeah,
I don't think he would.
So having the Master Sword would be a little bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And an advantage for Eunos having the Tempered. But, yeah, that's the biggest thing Eunos has going for him right now, I think. Eunos going to deliver this bomb. He's surely going to be disappointed with the results. The best thing he can hope for right here is probably the Gold Sword. Yeah.
It's probably the only item that is of use right now.
Notably, Eunos has Aghanim defeated, so he can take the shortcut. Plus, he used a little glitch to warp the bomb up there with him. If it gets to 0 as he transitions, then it comes along right with him.
Yeah, that was good of him to do. And let's see what he gets here today.
What even could be here that would be useful besides Gold Sword? But it's just nothing, so...
Yeah, there's pretty much no substantial usable item left, because we know where all the other items is, except for Quake, so... but no one really uses Quake for much.
And Chris is heading to Swamp. He's gonna be in go mode pretty darn soon here. Eunos, meanwhile, is heading over to Outcasts. If he doesn't enter Thieves Town at all, that would be a bit of a time boost to him. And he doesn't really have a strong reason to enter there. Let's see if he goes up. Okay, he's gonna do the Skullwoods first, which is not a bad play based on what we know. You know, what's funny about that cape location, of course, is that you need that cape to get the cane, and the cane is, of course, something that saves a ton of time in checking that one chest there.
Yeah.
But it's not like these guys haven't pulled that statue over there before. Of course,
and
that
this
happens
is
in a vanilla
the
run.
chest that gives us ether, of course, so this officially puts ChristosOwen in go mode now.
Right. So we'll see. Does he open any chests for the rest of the game? He's evaluating his items, checking to see if he's in go mode. What? He just mirrored out.
He didn't. I don't think he realized he has to finish Swamp Palace.
What is he doing?
I have no idea what's he doing.
What are you doing? Oh, is he going to check Turtle Rock? Does he not remember what Turtle Rock had?
I think he doesn't remember. And it's ether that Christos has.
He must have checked it, right? I feel
I
like
think
he
did, but he forgot what it required, I think.
Okay, that's interesting. So, man, that's a little bit of time given back.
Yeah, but I don't know if that means he's gonna clear Turtle Rock when he's up there now, man.
Well, there's no real reason for him not to.
Yeah, I think I have no idea what happened there, but I'm almost guarantee you he didn't remember what
I was
it was.
thinking Chris got lucky when he got the fairy from the Bonk Rocks there, but this is still version 18.
Yeah.
Life's
He
more
forgot what it
predictable.
was.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna clear this right now. As long as you're standing up here, he's gonna clear it. I think some people might put it off to see if maybe you get a better sword before going in there, but I don't think that he would use that as a limitation at all.
Yeah, I don't think he would have, but since he's here already, I think he's definitely gonna clear it. But it's kind of surprising he didn't finish Swamp.
So Eunos kills Mothula, and now he's checking pedestal. His pedestal is probably going to be the same as Christos's. Thankfully it is.
I'm also curious to think, did he mark his notes right, that Swamp Palace is actually a crystal dungeon on his end or not? That's another thing that I'm curious about.
He's colorblind, but he's not music blind, so he can hear.
Yeah, that's true. We don't know.
It wouldn't make any sense. The only reason he could have come up here is because he forgot what the medallion was. Like, otherwise, there's no other reason in his routing why he would do Turtle Rock not last. So, because he's still got to do Mire and Ice Palace as well. but it is a little extra travel time for. So Eunos is not in go mode because he does not have the bow yet. But he might go into go mode without the lamp. Possibly.
Yeah, that's a huge possibility.
I'm not sure. Well, man, I don't know when. If is he gonna go? He might go over to the. Yeah, I think he's gonna go over to the east first. So he's probably gonna get the flute and the cane before he gets anything else. So yeah, I don't remember. The lamp is at the digging game. Is that right?
That is correct. The
Okay.
lamp is at the digging game.
Yeah, man, the North Dark World is just loaded with stuff here.
You get the flute over here,
Right?
and you get the red cane. Yeah.
In between those things, the Bonk Rocks had the mitts.
Yeah, that's true.
Eunos using that little bumper boost there. I think Aaron W was the first person I saw do that. So Eunos will have his flute, and then he's just gotta go down and get that bow, and I think he's gonna be heading that direction pretty quickly here.
Yeah, I would think so. He's gonna definitely go activate that flute.
This race is getting pretty close.
Most definitely.
Oh, I was thinking Eunos never checked the... Is he going to check the catfish? Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, well, this is, as we know, a bit of a waste of time, but he doesn't know that, so you can't blame him. So he's probably going to go to the catfish, save and quit, and then go to the sanctuary to get on his way to activating the flute.
That does make sense to me.
Yeah. Chris just finishing up Turtle Rock here. Looks like he's going to have to go all the way to the bottom to get the key from the laser bridge. Why is Eunos taking out the mirror? Oh, he's going to mirror before he saves and quits. That makes perfect sense. Chris, unsurprisingly, with some very pretty laser skips right there.
Yeah, that mirror shield wasn't required after all.
Hey, I'm not saying it's required for these guys. I'm saying I really like having it.
Yeah, that's all good. And of course, Eunos is going to go activate the flute. That's absolutely what he's going to do. So I'll rise up against for the swag duck.
Now, is Eunos... Well, I think he would head to Mire pretty quick to know what the medallion is at there, at the very least.
Oh yeah, that's most definitely that he would do so.
Pretty nice firehead by Christos. I don't know how he did not end up with any ice on the floor, but good for him. Alright, so he's going to be losing a little bit of time on that Trinex fight, but that was fairly well handled.
Still gotta get 4 more shots here, I think. Alright. There you go. Okay.
It's okay to actually push the block.
Yeah.
Man, are we going to see Eunos go straight to Mire here?
I don't know. He could.
And if he does go straight to Meyer, is he going to look for items in there?
Hmm. Well, he would at least have to look for the big key at this point.
All right, he is not going to Meyer apparently.
Oof, thank goodness.
That's
Okay,
probably
good.
gonna
He's
get
in the
him.
right place. He's in the right place. Yes.
Yeah. Probably gonna get him the bow and most likely the lamp before he goes down there. I think sometimes he might delay dating game, but we'll see what he does here.
Oh, we might have a bird toss, but who knows?
Yeah, Eunos is gonna do the easy stuff before he heads into Meyer.
Oh, he bombs the bird instead.
We've seen people bomb mean things before. Like the validation chest. That's a new one. New application. Of the anti-meme. Chris making short work of that wizard room. That's unsurprising.
Oh, he does have it. I don't know if he's okay. He's not gonna go pick up the lamp because he's in go mode for him.
Okay. Oh, I was thinking the bow was south of the flute boy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Okay. All right. So Eunos heading to Meyer without the lamp. So Chris's advantage is that he has the lamp. Eunos' advantage is that he has a tempo sword.
Yep. Comes down to that right now.
Chris has Turtle Rock completed, whereas Eunos has Ice completed.
Yeah.
Oh, Eunos is gonna have to go back into Eastern at some point, but that's a minor detail. Whereas Chris still has to finish Swamp, which he left inexplicably. Well, not inexplicably, I guess he forgot the medallion, so.
Yeah. That must have been a shock for him that he forgot what medallion it was.
Yeah, just not a high point of his run.
Yeah.
But Eunos, of course, will be able to do Turtle Rock last and not have to travel up Death Mountain a second time to get to Ganon's Tower.
Yeah.
Eunos using the leg cane there. It's interesting compared to the cape.
Alright, silver arrow strats because it's definitely better than the Master Sword.
For sure. Oh, Eunos gives that hover a look. There's no harm really in giving it a short try, I guess. If you fall off, then you get back to the door and you go around.
That's true.
But now we'll see how well he can do this in the dark. This scares me a lot without having the fire shield. I'm sure he's better at it than I am, but...
Yeah, this is definitely going to play into this. Let's see how well he executes this. He's
yeah.
going to definitely grab that magic if he messes up
no.
with... Oh, wow. Wow, okay.
Not grabbing the magic, and he could have powdered the anti-fairy there. He's got the magic
Got
powder.
switch key here, yeah. Oh, I think he did it.
Gets through. He got through. Yeah, that was pretty quick.
Wow.
And he doesn't have to hit the switch, so the next room will not be that slow either.
Yeah, that was definitely quick.
Hopefully he remembers that he doesn't have to hit the switch.
Nah, I hope so too. Hey, that was definitely easy mode. Sure looked like it.
Alright, he has remembered, which is a major accomplishment for almost any runner in the randomizer tournament that I've watched. We've seen it where both people forget. You go up and even hit the switch and then get into the next room and have to go back and hit it again.
Oh, he's out of it. Definitely out in the clear.
Yeah. Pretty solid.
Yeah. He can anti-fire this if he chooses to, but now he's just gonna silver arrow the way through.
All right.
It's fine.
So after this, Eunos just has to go clean up Eastern and then head up to Turtle Rock. Meanwhile, after Ice Palace, Chris is gonna have to go back to Swamp, which is a little more time-consuming to enter, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be pretty darn close. And Eunos, at this point, the Tempered Sword is by far the biggest factor, like, as far as any sort of advantage that either runner has. The lamp is almost a complete non-factor. They have to do... Eunos is going to have to do the one dark room in Turtle Rock, but that's fairly trivial compared to Meyer.
And he's definitely going to head his way to Eastern Palace, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely the faster way to go from Turtle Rock to Ganon's Tower.
Man, there are so many little things that this race could have come down to. Just, I mean, it's not over yet, that's for sure. But,
oh yeah, definitely not over yet.
It's gonna come down to the wire potentially.
Mm-hmm.
But the Master Sword, unless they come up with the gold sword like along the way in Ganon's Tower, that could definitely be a factor in the finish.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting thing to see. It's gonna make the Ganon fight a little bit more tougher for sure.
Right, tougher and time-consuming is the real.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And also, depending on how they route Ganon's Tower for that big key, too, wherever that location is, it's going to be...
Right.
I think that's going to be interesting to see what happens, too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of know Eunos' route by now. It's possible he could adjust it, of course, but usually he'll go to the right first, and if he gets a key, then he'll continue on through the right side. You know, he's not going to do tile chest or anything like that, but... I'm not quite sure about Chris. I think Chris is usually a more straight, standard route type of person in Ganon's Tower, and he's not really the kind to adjust his route based on how he thinks he's doing in the race or anything.
And we're going to head into Swamp Palace now for Christos to finish up his crystals, and of course we're getting Crystal 6 here really quickly by Eunos.
Yeah.
And with silvers, this should be a really, really quick fight.
Man, I'm guessing that Chris is probably going to get to Ganon's Tower first.
Yeah, Turtle Rock is a little bit longer dungeon.
But Chris does have to open Swamp again and get through it, and then make his way up the mountain.
Yeah, that's the part where I think he's gonna, you know, where Eunos is gonna gain a little bit of more time is the trek up the mountain again, along with opening Swamp Palace here again. Wow, getting bodied a lot by the squirrels and the cabbages. But still makes it through, which is good. Didn't really get blocked. That's the whole important part. Now this race is definitely a lot closer than their last race, so this is a good sign.
Yeah. I mean, there's... These races, it's just one little decision, one little failed bomb jump that causes you to miss checking one chest early, and that could have been a completely different race if Eunos had actually gotten that mirror when Chris did, because the mirror just gated the whole seed. But yeah, this has gone much more in Eunos' favor than the last one, that's for sure. You know, he still did a few things that turned out to be unnecessary or perhaps. I think his biggest mistake might have been going into Eastern before going back to Desert. But, yeah, gonna be exciting finish.
Now, it's interesting to see if Christos would, I think he still would check chests that are near him to look for a better sword. Because it's not really out of his way. Yeah, there you go.
And there was a better sword in Swamp, but unfortunately not in that chest.
Yep.
Man. Turtle Rock's so full of promise when you get that big key and small key in those first two chests, but as we know, Eunos is going to be going down with the laser bridge, so...
Mm-hmm.
You know, Chris is heading into Argus. He's going to have Master Sword, so it's going to be a little slower than the fight that Eunos had with him, but he's done this a time or two. He can handle it.
And this... Alright, this is pretty good. And one more puff to go, and Fire Rod out of it. There you go.
Didn't one cycle. Oh, I guess that's probably not possible. You probably need Temper to...
Yeah, you probably need Temper to do it.
Still, I wonder if 2 is possible.
Mm-hmm. 2 would definitely be possible. It would require Fire Rodding perfectly.
Right.
Yeah. And with that, we have 7 crystals, so we're going to have to play our guessing game of how many chests it requires to get the big key in Ganon's tower. Chat's already going all crazy about these guesses here.
And if you don't kill those Pokies immediately, they're a pain in the butt.
I was saying tile room. And of course, Dark Wolf Insanity says 69. He doesn't want us to go home, apparently. $500 would require that we stay here for 3 more matches.
I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah, that would be great. These matches are great. They definitely show a full display of their execution and routing and everything, so... It's not easy to make it to the top 16.
Here's where we can see exactly the lead that Chris is going to have, because this is where Eunos is going to come out once he finishes. So it looks like a good, solid couple of minutes here.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting thing, because depending on where this big key is located and what Christos decides to do, Eunos might do something different, and that might definitely make a difference.
Right, for sure.
And this dark room thing, so okay, good, he had enough magic. Oof.
I don't have sound on him, of course, but I trust that he hit that switch.
Alright.
What? Well, Chris just pushed the X, but what is he doing? Chris is going right first. Interesting. So Chris is taking the same route that I would expect Eunos to take. That's pretty significant.
Oh, he's gonna make it through the door just enough time. There you go.
Yeah, he had it. He's got to use bombs here due to the... Eunos takes a death. Oh, he's got a fairy in a bottle.
Oh, that's lucky of him. He did.
Oh man.
Oh, the butter sword was on this side.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, well, that's, I think, GG right there.
Wow, that definitely actually plays out a lot. Getting butter right there, and basically, unless it's tile room and it's gambled that it's tile room. There's
Chris knocks the bottle down but doesn't pick it up. I think he thought about like having a bottle might be nice, but then realized that he couldn't actually really do anything with it.
He probably thought, another bottle of the bean. Yeah, I don't know if Eunos is gonna stay in that tile room. It's really that's the biggest gamble of all, I would think.
I don't know. If he feels like he's behind, maybe he'll actually take a chance, but Eunos low on health here. He's out of fairies. I don't know if he has any potions to work with.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That tile room is really his only hope right now, though, it would seem.
Yeah, it would be pretty much the tile room at this point in time.
Or if he goes right side and then continues on.
Yeah,
perhaps.
that's another thing. That's true. But I think they're pretty even if they did that right now.
Yeah, it'd be very close.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to continue on when you don't have half or quarter magic because it's really hard to get through that fire bar collapsing tile room if you don't have the cape or Birna, or the cape or cane at your disposal. Of course, they both have both of them, but you need the magic.
Let's see
to
if
use
someone
that.
is right with Bob's chest today. Nope, it's not Bob's chest. Hey, look at Eunos is going the left way here.
I'm thinking he's probably gonna do some sort of what's called the Dark Magician route.
Interesting.
I think I was the first person I know of to do a route like this in the tournament, but
Oh, it wasn't the tile room. There it is.
Yep. Well, yeah. The only way that this can be competitive is if Chris falls on Ganon at least once now. I'd say. Can't think of anything else that would really make a difference. And is Eunos gonna go all the way to the bottom on this side? At least he's gonna get the gold sword, but it's not gonna be enough.
Nah. Yeah, pretty much all the advantage when Christos picked up that butterstone kind of went out the window.
Right.
And yes, chest number 21 is actually your actual winner today. Despite going both ways. Ooh, safety fairies for Christos, just to be absolutely sure he can finish this.
Yeah, he was down to 2 hearts and no magic, so
yeah,
do it okay. Eunos is continuing through. Wonder if he's gonna mirror at this key, or no, he's gonna keep going. All right. Well, that's as we know, that's the right
actually
call.
good. Yeah, it's definitely the right call for him.
Now the issue is getting through this room right here.
Yeah. Okay, he does make it successfully, and he's pretty much in the clear now.
Yeah, I have serious doubts that it's possible to do that damageless.
And he's definitely wanted to save the magic, so what he did was absolutely the right way to do that.
And then, of course, you get a bop by that fire snake going that way. I don't think that's possible to avoid either.
Nope.
But given what we know, this is the fastest route Eunos could have taken through.
Yeah, this was definitely the fastest route he could have gone to get here. Alright, he's gonna find his big key really close now. There it is.
He'll be heading up. Definitely picked up a little bit of time on Chris in its tower to this point, but it's unlikely to be enough. I'm pretty sure Chris has fallen again before, but with the gold sword and silver arrows, that's
less. It makes
likely.
it really, really unlikely for it to happen.
Right.
Yeah, if it was Master Sword, there is a possibility because you have to spin. You have a chance of falling still. All right.
See if Eunos stops and picks up a fairy sword.
Oh, he decides to bombos this place.
And if this were a closer race, that'd be an interesting decision there.
So we had some interesting plays today. The bomb at the bird toss and the bombos at the validation chest. And it looks like 2 for 2 so far. Oh, misses that one. Hits
Man.
one.
Forsake legging him too is not something that Chris would normally be happy with, I would imagine.
Probably not. With all those hook shots, you can kind of tell. And it looks like chat was saying, yep, that's for disrespecting the validation chest.
Eunos notably with no lamp here, so he's gonna have to pick up the magic after this room.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, no lamp. He has to make sure he yeah. Alright, he's good now. He should be okay.
Yep. Didn't get the despawn, that's also important. Chris is on the 3rd phase of Ganon.
Yeah.
Man, did you find the arrows in Tower of Hera? Well, I was just thinking, if you were still at Ganon's tower and not at actual Ganon. Oh, look, he's cleaning up nicely. Ganon's done. This race is over. As long as Chris doesn't walk into the hole, should be all good.
And officially, once Chris walks through that door, we'll give you the official SRL time. So it's about to do it right here on the live stream. And his official SRL time is 1:35:09.
Yeah.
And
Pretty
if you
quick,
haven't
Seed.
yet, make sure you follow these runners, okay? I'll give you guys a quick runners Twitch link. And I will follow up with Christos to see if he's ready for an interview with us.
Eunos only gets one on his first ADM 2. Kind of just wait for Eunos to finish at this point if possible before we start any sort of interviewing. Ugh, not having the best ADM 2. I don't know what that was, 4 or 5. Oh, maybe that's why Chris hit the bonk, because he wanted to kill Bob. Why he knocked the bottle off but didn't actually pick it up.
Alright, this is nice. He's already on phase 3, right?
Yep.
Alright. It's going to be a quick Ganon fight for the rest of the way here.
Yeah. Getting through the first 2 phases when you have silver arrows and gold or tempered or gold is really that's the only real key point.
And this should be it. Yes, he does get the... Oh, he didn't. Oh, I thought he did. Oh,
Are you
no!
kidding me? Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Ay, ay, ay. Well, he's definitely going to catch up here again, because with the Butter Sword, getting past the 2 phases is just 6 slashes on each of the first 2 phases, so he's already pretty much on phase 3 very soon.
Yeah, the only problem is making sure that the fire bats don't kill you.
Yes, he should be... Oh, he's good now. Yes, he's in good shape now. Okay. And he's about to get into the final phase here. Oh, no, don't fall. Oh, phew.
I don't think he could have fallen from that angle.
Yeah. As long as he lets go of the controller pad and not hold on at that point, he would have definitely not fallen as well. Absolutely. Okay, there we go. And Eunos has definitely done, so we are safe now. Oh, make sure you give him a GG and a follow for that one. And we are going to try to pull in both of them at once, so this is definitely a good time that both players finish around the roughly same part.
All right, yeah.
Oh, Eunos says if I want to. Not necessarily means he wants to join us. Alright, we'll pull ChristosOwen and we'll pull Eunos in here. Hey, congratulations!
Hello, thank you.
Yeah, and a good race to both of you. That was very entertaining to watch. Some big route divergences and small advantages for each of you, and then it, just kind of played out in the end that Chris was ahead by a couple minutes, and that's all it took. So,
Yeah, good game, Eunos, man.
Yeah, good game.
I think it was a pretty interesting seed. I was really worried about the shovel. When I saw that I needed cape to get Samaria, I was thinking that's probably going to be the cape. And I was like, should I go and do Aghanim? Should I go do Aghanim?
yeah, I think Desert was really the pivotal dungeon of this seed, because you needed to go in there to get the mushroom, to get the boots, and then go back in there to get the hook shot. And Eunos didn't go in there right away. He went and did Aghanim instead. And there was, of course, the mirror on the pyramid, which is nice, but that didn't really get him what he needed. You know, of course, I think in that instance, you hope for boots on the pyramid. And then the shovel just dug up a heart. So that didn't lead to anything there. So that's just mostly a couple of wasted minutes there in time. And then Eunos decided to go into Eastern before going back to Desert to get that hook shot. And I think that's another thing that cost him that time to make that that end margin.
I mean,
that wasn't a good choice in this logic, but I knew that. But logic's a dumpster fire in a way. Because I knew, I was telling my people, I was like, that book is probably going to block the boots. But I'm going to go to the Eastern anyway for no good reason. So.
And the other thing was Christos. What about the play in Swamp Palace where you ended out? Did you forget the medallion on what was required?
I didn't know if it was either a quake, so I was like, either I need to full clear Swamp while I'm here to be sure, or just go and check. So I got kind of lucky in that it was the one I needed, so I didn't need to go back to Swamp to carry on looking.
Well,
so I just did Turtle Rock while I was there.
You got lucky, but at the same time you got kind of unlucky. And then in the end you got lucky again, because what happened was Eunos did Swamp earlier than you, and there wasn't much of interest after that
the ether?
After the ether, but the tempered sword was in there. So Eunos had tempered for quite a while, and we were speculating on the advantage that would give him, like on Ganon, until you picked up the gold sword in Ganon's tower.
Yeah, shoutouts to Hiei Strats, found me the gold sword. That's 2 for 2, it's helped me out.
Yeah, and that was really, like, once you pick that up, you know, just the way that the routes kind of diverged and converged back together. You had a good couple of minutes lead going into Ganon's tower, but I think picking up that gold sword just took away any edge that Eunos had.
Yeah, I think it would have been a lot closer if I was doing Musks or Ganon and Eunos didn't fall.
Oh, well, I already know you'd beat me when I fell, or I wouldn't have done that dash at Ganon.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything that happens after I know I've lost never counts, because I change what I do.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just really, really thorough with checking overworld stuff this time. I checked every single spot before doing dungeons, and it kind of paid off, even though it was slow.
Well, you did do the first 4 chests in Thieves' Town, which turned out to not be necessary at all.
Yeah. I guess, what was the other pendant dungeon?
Darkness.
Pod.
Yeah, neither of you went in there.
Yeah, that was a good choice.
Not with not the things that I needing the bow last, and finally deciding I'm going to go to the place where it's most likely to be, and finding it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Eunos, you never found the lamp, but you were very close in finding it. If you had searched the digging game, you would have found the lamp.
Oh,
So probably the next spot you would have checked.
Yeah.
no, yeah. Well, that would have cost me way more time. My dark rooms were.
No, they were very
lost
good.
Oh my god,
couple
your
seconds.
back rooms, dark rooms were definitely fantastic this time around. We saw you get through Maya really easily.
Mhm.
We were both a little skeptical when you didn't. You know, you had the powder, you could have refilled your health. You could have grabbed that full magic jar right there before going downstairs, but you did it pretty well.
Yeah.
So, Chris did have the lamp, but I don't think that advantage was really too much of one. Because,
Yeah, it's kind of
like-
just a nice thing to have.
Because like you said, he had to do the digging game to get that, and that takes a little bit. So I don't think that was really much of an advantage one way or the other.
One thing that was really nice about this seed was you could clear all of Death Mountain in one hit, the light and the dark.
Yeah. Eunos, of course, he didn't have the hook shot the first time he went
Oh,
up there.
of course, right.
But he had the mirror, so he was able to get the powder the first time up there. That was an interesting little difference that you guys had too, because Eunos did the pyramid or did Aghanim right away, so he had the mirror when he went up Death Mountain, and you went back to Desert right away, so you had the hook shot. Yeah, that was very fortunate, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. Desert could have been a time waste. I've kind of changed my strategy slightly. I used to just try and hit the dungeons with most chests, but now I just hit the dungeons which are quickest to check, even if there's only one or two items in them, just to rule them out. It's like small time sacrifices for potential huge gains in time.
Right. Yeah.
It seems to be working quite well.
Meaning like Hera and Skull Woods.
Yeah, and like going back to Desert, for example, I knew
Right,
it was a slim
Desert.
chance, but I'd rather just rule it out before committing to Aghanim. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the VOD of this.
It was a pretty good race, much more competitive than the last one. I don't know that either of you could really take much away from it, but it was entertaining to watch.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, I think everyone was interested. If that shovel had paid off, then this certainly would have been a different race.
Yeah, for sure. It was a gamble not to check that shovel.
Right. Well, I mean, as long as you're doing things that are still high value, like going to Desert or going up Death Mountain, then you're okay. But going into Eastern without the bow, that would have been a little different.
Yeah, I would have done that as well before going to Aga.
Okay.
In my head, I was going to do the Desert Chest, then Eastern, then Ice Rod Cave, then Aghanim.
Yeah.
But then when I found out that Aghanim wasn't being forced on me, then I was like, uh-oh. Alarm bells.
Yeah, man, that shovel just... It's just a huge
The
taunt.
troll shovel. Yeah.
Total red herring.
Which is surprising in V18, to be
It
honest.
really is. It was. I looked at the shovel and I thought, oh, there's no guarantee that that's required, but dang, if that wouldn't haunt you one way or the other.
Yeah. Tell me if you weren't expecting Moon Pearl from that. Like,
Oh, I was totally... Well, I kind of was thinking I would get something out of it anyway. But
That or Boots, I guess.
Moon Pearl obviously would have been the most logical choice to get something, but I was expecting to get something.
too bad everything was on Death Mountain, and you
Yeah.
just needed to dig Desert multiple times for some reason. That's
Yeah, it was the hammer and the moon bow and the ice rod, I think.
Yes,
Yep.
you're correct.
Yeah, that's pretty big. But
But-
then Hype Cave was very unhype again today.
It was the
no
Cave of
huge
Love.
surprise there.
Yeah.
It definitely was a cave of love, but the north side of Death Mountain today, Dark World, was crazy.
Within 3 spots there, you had the Cane of Samaria, the Myths, and the Flute. Because the Myths were
Oh,
at
yeah,
the
of course.
bomb wrecks.
Honestly, I was so surprised when I saw Samaria up there. I was like, wow, there's never anything there.
Yeah, I
And
know.
then when I found Flute, I was like, no way.
I don't think I'd be that surprised by Flute up there, but something behind the bumper cave that always surprises me.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I guess for me, I still had so many dungeons left to check while I was
Yeah.
checking the last few overboard spots. So I was thinking these are probably going to be worthless, but they're more likely than being in dungeons. So
All right. Well, that was a great race. Eunos, you made us all proud in this tournament. I mean, me specifically, but I think any of your fans is a good run,
Yeah.
and looking forward to seeing what you do in the next tournament. Chris moves on to race Mike the Viewer next, I believe,
That's correct.
and that is going to be ridiculous again.
yeah, that's going to be a tough couple of games. I need to get some practice in, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to set a favorite in that matchup. Mike is really solid. It's like when I watch Mike, I feel like he's just grinded strats specifically for Randomizer, and
He has, yeah.
it's fun to watch. Yeah,
Absolutely. He's come up with quite a few really cool strats.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. Whenever that happens, I'm looking forward to it. The matchups for the most part only get better from here. So
Yep, top 8 now, right?
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. It's gone
A
quick.
logic vote? Is the logic going to change soon?
I probably don't think so. I think
You
we're just going to probably end up sticking with this until the end.
you think so?
I imagine so.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess we carry on as we've been doing and seeing if the top 8 want to move on to the latest.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I could see some people wanting to stick, but I think that the deeper you get in, the more you're gonna have people who are willing to switch.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
But
Either way, it would be interesting, whatever version we end up on.
I think both ways have their pros and cons. So,
Yeah, definitely.
so what do we have next in the tournament? I think that they were advertising it in the chat, but
We should have Wolfie versus Jet 82 next for the tournament, and that will be tomorrow, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
okay, that's another fun matchup there. Looking forward to that.
And
then-
followed by that would be Cruel and AG Neb Ben, and that will be on Thursday, June 1st at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then the next match will be Friday on June 2nd, 1 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, and then it looks like in about 1 hour we've got Donkey Kong Country on this channel.
And that would be great. If you Donkey Kong Country fans are here, make sure you stay and watch that one.
And then Pokemon Red after that. I don't. Is there a Pokemon Red tournament now? I guess that's the first I've seen of that. So, not sure what that is. But anyone who wants to watch those, stick around. You can just sit here and watch the auto hoster for an hour, and then the channel will be back, I'm sure.
Yeah, that would be great. So no more LTT matches for tonight, but I'm sure you guys got a whole gist of that for today. So really hyped up race. Congratulations to both runners once again.
Thank you guys for commentating. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Gonna hop out now.
All right, take care, Christos.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.
And thank you all for watching. Hope you come back and stay to watch with us soon. I'll just let Jake Cooper take off on EA408. See you guys next time.
Thanks, everyone.